All right. Now, this Foundry setting updated today. Can you guys draw your own action cards, or do I still have to do it? Because they said they were going to add that to the new version. They told me personally.
Yes, they told you personally.
They did. I was on their Discord.
Where am I going again?
How do we do this?
Combat tracker, and then hover over your name.
Yep.
Combat tracker.
Thank you.
It's more satisfying to draw your own card.
Oh, did I do it? I think I did it.
Yeah, you got the queen.
You're breaking my brain with these lines a little bit.
Marty got another fucking Joker.
Wait, hold on. Combat tracker, hover over our name. Draw there we go. I got it.
You got it.
Yeah, there's a draw. For a second there, I thought Kyle was going like, "You wish to roll the bones, do you?" I'm like, what the fuck is happening right now?
So since Marty got another fucking Joker, everyone got a Benny. Those have already been distributed. And he can insert himself into the initiative wherever he would like. I think he did. Benny. No? Alright, I guess I gotta give up those manually. 1 second here.
I can just click on it.
It looks like it gave Ka 5 bennies.
Cool.
That's not right. You're not on my team.
I went ahead and gave myself one.
I gave myself one as well.
Yeah, everybody do that.
Let's see.
Sorry, what are we doing? I was looking up something related to combat.
Give yourself a Benny.
How do I do that?
Plus sign next to the bennies.
Yeah.
On your character sheet next to the
first page, top right.
Stunned and tangled bound.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I don't know if it was audible, but because Beck was freaking out, Argo was backing up, hand on the Revenant's revolver.
Yep. The Beck killing gun.
The gun that kills Beck.
Look, if that thing eats Beck, then we can... Oh, sorry, metagame.
All right, so, Chance, you want to start us off, or do you want to wait and see how things shake out?
I'm going to wait a couple of turns.
Okay. Then we're going to go over to Conrad. This tremendous creature has stood up and looks like he's about to get violent with you.
Yeah.
You shot people over less.
Yeah.
Literally.
I'm not going to shoot right now, though. I'm going to use my grappling hook. I'm going to aim for his mouth, and my goal is to yank as hard on the rope as I can, hopefully encourage others to try to do the same. I want to pull his head down towards the table and smack it against the table if I can.
Ooh, I like that.
So do I roll it's kind of like a MacGyver kind of thing that I'm doing, or is that a...
Give me an
improvised
athletics roll to throw the grappling hook to start with.
Okay.
Oh boy, baby, that's what we like to see.
We like to see it. All right, you managed to snag him with that. And in fact, that is a raise. You managed to get it lodged in there, and you're going to get a +2 on your damage roll.
Excellent. Yeah, I picture it pierces right through like the bottom beak of his innermost mouth and just kind of latches right onto that.
Yeah, I like that. All right, roll the damage for small improvised weapon, and you're going to get a +2 on that from getting a raise.
Oh, we're going to beat this thing's ass.
All right, you managed to bring him down and smash his head into the table, but he just ends up with his face in a pot full of soup, and you hear loud slurping as he starts drinking it down all the way to the bottom. Delicious. Thanks for the recommendation. All right, Nicodemus.
I have an inclination, and I'm wondering if I have a suspicion that his power is tied to the food on his table. What would I roll to either confirm or deny that?
Occult would be a good roll for that.
Would that be an action, or is that something I could just do?
You could do that without an action, yeah.
Okay.
You're not quite sure unless you want to spend a penny on that.
I'm gonna spend a penny.
Yeah, right. You think that the food on this table is a manifestation of his power. It is somehow altered by the powers of the other side to make it dangerous. You're not quite sure how, though.
I'm gonna take as much food as I can in my turn and throw it out the window.
Okay.
So you yank that tablecloth.
Oh, yeah, you want to do the tablecloth yank?
You yank too hard.
that wouldn't help.
You had to leave the food on the table.
Because
Everyone claps.
that would be like a double one. Yeah, because my thought is I would want to get the food out of the window, right, away from him. So how much can I do in one action?
Let's see. You can probably get a quarter of the table thrown out in one action, you think?
I'm gonna do that.
Alrighty. And then we're going to move on to Argo.
Argo has abso-fucking-lutely no idea what to do in this scenario that is unprecedented on God's green earth, and he's gonna panic and gonna throw soap at his gullet.
Ooh.
He's gonna
that'll
throw a bar
ruin
of
his
soap
appetite.
at his mouth.
Give
That
me
is
an athletics.
the thought that came to mind. Is that he is
Soap is
not
made
good at that thing.
Soap is made of fat.
Oh, you managed to lodge a brick of soap in his mouth.
It's gonna be one less soap in his gear. Now he only has 9 soaps.
I like to picture like his repositioned angle lower to the soup bowl. It's just like created the perfect angle for Argo to just lodge that soap down his throat.
And I have no idea what that did.
So as his head comes back up from destroying that pot of soup, he gets soap shoved right down his gullet and begins choking, reaching up and grasping for his throat. He coughs 3 times and manages to hack it up, glowering at Argo with disgust. We don't eat that.
Oh.
And you have this sinking sensation that his ire is about to turn upon you. Beck.
Yeah, I think Beck, in this commotion, Beck has like disappeared from his seat, and he is barreling forward like a rabid dog on all 4s down the train, and I think he leaps at him at Crassus for a unarmed attack using his brass knuckles.
Oh my god, so many 4s.
Yep. And immediately after that, he's also going to initiate Soul Drinker.
Oh my fuck.
Wait, did you roll for fighting or you just rolled damage?
Oh, you rolled the damage. Yeah,
I rolled the
with
damage.
Fighting
Oops.
roll first. So if that hits, that's gonna be a lot of damage. Unfortunately. Oh, there we go.
Hold up.
There we go. That's a hit, and that's a raise, in fact.
Yeah. So let me actually double check something to make sure. I don't get anything extra if it's a raise, I don't think.
You
All
just
right.
get extra damage on the brass knuckles themselves.
Yep. And I'm going to Benny that as well. Give me something good. All right. Oh, god damn it. 3. Do I have anything that lets me reroll? I don't think so. Nope. All right.
Nope.
Yeah.
No
So
good.
either way, he. I think Beck just launches himself at this creature and just bites into him, and begins just eating him, just trying to tear into his flesh.
So, what part of him are you latching onto? Going for an arm, a leg, going right for the gut?
probably like arm or shoulder or something, just like a big target. He's rabid right now. He's not really looking at anything. He's just biting.
All right. As you bite into his arm, it bites you back. It's almost like it unsheathes into its own toothy maw, which then closes around you, preventing you from drinking the spirit essence from this creature and starting to siphon your own in turn. He is staggered,
sorry.
though.
Did I do any damage to him, or
You did enough damage to stagger him.
Okay.
So he is shaken. That's the turn.
So yeah, Beck is I think Beck literally like a wild hound has jumped in and bitten him, and is like, as he's like thrashing and trying to get me off of him, Beck is just hanging by the strength of his jaw being flailed around.
Excellent.
Is Beck disintegrating?
Nope, not at the moment. No longer under Barbadus's protection.
Chance is officially on hold now.
Now, okay. You let me know when Chance wants to interject.
Yep.
Lynn.
I think at this point, Lynn has like followed Beck's lead and is already running up to do a big ol' punch. There's a lot to hit.
There sure is.
But
there's a lot of man here.
Gonna do one. Gonna do a hit.
Gonna do big punchy. That'll hit.
Oh,
Alrighty.
I want to
Yeah.
just rules lawyer really quickly and just
Yeah.
make sure to clarify. I rolled with my brass knuckles because they specifically do not count as weapons for unarmed attacks.
Okay.
So for flavor, I'm using my jaws, but for min-maxing, I'm using my brass knuckles.
Gotcha.
When the
You got
flavor
your
fights back.
brass muzzle.
Yep, yeah. He's got one gold tooth.
Oh, I love that. All right, so that fighting rolls a hit. Let's see how much damage you do.
We could do better than that. I got a Benny.
All right, that's one better. Unfortunately, that doesn't seem to get through his thick hide. Your punch just reverberates and sloshes that gut of his around. It's like hitting a water bag.
The hell's this thing made of?
It'll be his turn up next. He's going to spend a Benny to get himself out of shaken. And then he raises his hands up, both of them turning into toothy maws to resemble his own. And he says, "Now then, feast upon each other, and the winner will have the honor of filling my belly."
I'd love to interrupt him right about now.
Perfect.
Definitely been standing here thinking he's gonna do something crazy. And do I have to succeed in athletics to successfully interrupt?
No, because you have the Joker, you automatically succeed on that roll.
Amazing. And then I'm going to cast Dispel on whatever it is he's currently doing.
Oh, fucker!
Which I think
Alright.
is still opposed.
Do you need to make a deal with the devil for that, or can you just do it?
It can just do this one.
You can just do that one, fucker. All right. Fuck. Let's see.
That's my boy. You roll those sexy dice.
All right, and
The
you
dice
do not
equivalent
take
of a thong.
you do not take the penalty for your power being of a different type because these are both other side powers.
Amazing.
Da-da-da-da.
I imagine he's gonna roll a d20 for his spell casting, though.
Yeah, let's have him roll. Who wins on a tie?
Goes to
That's
the
a good
active
question.
participant, doesn't it?
I believe so. Yep. So he holds his hands up, and everyone in the train car feels their minds touched by an alien desire to taste the flesh of your friends. You are overcome with a need to consume your fellows. Until Chance holds up the Uno fucking reverse card and says, "Nuh-uh."
He just whips
And-
out a reverse card.
I actually have an Uno reverse card.
That's not a standard playing deck. Where'd you get that?
And immediately that sensation fades, but the memory of it lingers unsettlingly in your mind.
Does this dispel the hunger that came over Beck?
It does. And
Okay.
as it does, the Lord of Hunger looks over to Chance and then sits back down. And he says, "Now that is an interesting ability. Let us discuss this over dinner." And he appears to be willing to end combat. Does anyone oppose that?
I mean, Beck would, but I am late in the turn order, so shall we go through one by one and see what everyone does in order before Beck does his thing?
I'll pull you off.
Kind of want him dead.
I want him dead.
All right, it
dead.
sounds like we're going to continue this then. Let's see how the rest of y'all respond to that as we
Yeah.
advance to the next round and are dealt our new hand of cards. He goes first and does nothing. Shit. Okay. Lynn, you gonna let this slide? You gonna let bygones be bygones? Or is this fella gonna say bye because he's gonna be gone?
So Dax wants to hear him out.
But
Lynn's mad.
yeah,
I'm trying to reconcile how that works.
if I do recall, the standing advice is don't get him riled.
I'm riled.
Hell yeah.
Um, I guess this is more of a question for you. Is like, what is the rules on exchanges during combat sequences? Like, it's only like a couple words at that per turn, right?
We can be flexible with it.
What did you do to us?
I simply invited you to partake in the flesh.
How about you partake in the fist? I'm not gonna punch him.
I see
All
we're
right.
going Sci-Fi Pictures original event.
Yeah. All right, that's a damn good roll. That's a raise.
So wait, let's see. So how do you add the raise on the damage roll?
We'll just
Roll
add
plus raise?
+2 in
Okay.
our heads. Yeah, or you can do that.
The frequency with which people roll an explosion and a 1.
Yeah.
I'm wondering. I want
Balance your luck.
to Benny that.
Benny that shit. Do it for me.
Oh, that's worse.
That is worse. All right, and you're out of bennies. So you managed to hit him, and it feels like hitting a sack full of water. It's a very strange sensation. It ripples and undulates as your fist makes contact with him. And then you see his body starts to open up where you hit him.
No!
Toothy maw that grasps your fist.
The thing.
No, you're gonna get thinged.
You're about to get thinged. But that'll be on his turn, which is a while from now. What's Beck gonna do?
Question. If Beck were to cast Dread and increase the fear level right now,
Oh shit.
would that help him? Or would that help... let me rephrase this. His goal is to manifest Erebus and restore Erebus's strength, like shift the pendulum back into Erebus's favor.
Give me an occult roll.
Okay. Yeah.
You're not sure. That could go either way. That could empower Erebus. That could empower this guy as he is seizing power from Erebus.
Play to find out.
So, regardless of that, what exactly does fear level do as the caster of the fear level? Because I thought that gave me sort of a buff, or it disadvantaged my opponents against me, regardless of whatever other effects it might have.
Let's see. It has no immediate effects in terms of what happens in a battle, but it more transforms the landscape around you, bringing it closer to the other side if you're topside, or closer to whatever lies below it once you're already here.
Yeah. Fuck. Repeat for me, just so that I understand. Did I get the sense that even if I rolled well on Spirit Drinker or Soul Drinker before, I wouldn't have been able to heal myself through it?
You failed because of the roll, not because he is immune to whatever effect that was.
Okay, perfect. Sure, let's just attack.
Don't want to risk it.
God fucking damn it. I am rolling like such dog shit today.
I mean, the opposite is that we keep getting explosions everywhere.
Yeah, it's true.
Yeah, that's what happened last time.
So
I
he
want
wants
to have that again.
We want explosions in this small car?
So, due
yeah.
to his immense size, that will actually hit him.
Oh,
He's
Great.
not hard to hit. There's a lot of them.
all right. I'm gonna roll Spirit again first. I have to roll well on this, and then I'll roll damage after.
Okay.
Let me just double check the wording. Oh no, I need to cause a wound. I need for the attack to actually do damage. So I need to roll the attack first.
Gotcha.
Oops, my bad. Let's just roll.
All right. That's not even enough to pierce his skin.
Yeah, I think the way this looks is just like, Beck having been clenched onto his waving arms, lifted up off the ground. Beck is like, now that he's more sane, he's going back into a more humanoid posture, but he's like climbed on top of this creature on his shoulder, and he's just wailing down at him with these brass knuckles, like just trying to beat the thing. He's still, I would say, frenzied in the sense that he's trying to fight, but he is still here. He's here now, aware of what is going on.
Gotcha.
Beck's got the itis.
It's true. All right.
I think
Oh,
while
nice.
that's happening, he's like, usurper, heretic.
What does usurper mean?
Just making up words.
All right, Conrad.
The hell?
So I could potentially roll two different things, right? Could I start with a notice roll before an action?
Sure. What are you trying to notice?
Let's see. Let me know if I need a re-roll on this. I noticed before, I potentially noticed that someone hit his stomach before and it sloshed around, but it didn't turn into a mouth. Is that correct?
Yeah, this is the first time that's happened.
Okay. Okay. This sounds ridiculous. My grappling hook is lodged in his mouth. But if you check my inventory, I had 2 grappling hooks. So I'm going to aim again, and I'm going to do my best to try to pierce his belly with a grappling hook.
All right.
Is that going to be another athletics?
It sure is. All right, you needed a 4.
I was really glad you didn't crit fail that, because that's where I'm standing.
You managed to lodge that grappling hook right in his gut. What are you doing with it?
I'm gonna yank it right back out, hoping it rips a hole in his belly.
All right, give me that small improvised weapon damage.
That is under gear.
And you are going to have a raise on it.
There was a roll plus raise button for damage.
Oh, do I roll? I click on roll raise.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go.
Well,
All right. Unfortunately, it pulls back out clean. Doesn't seem to have wounded him at all.
Damn it.
This guy is quite hardy.
That's sorry. This is based on toughness.
Yep.
All right, thank you.
This man must have a mountain of toughness. Argo.
So everyone was just overcome with the desire to eat each other.
Yep, but thanks to chance, that faded away after only a second.
I'm gonna
Still
roll, and you tell me
haunting.
whether or not Argo throws up.
All right, give me a vigor check. You managed to keep your lunch down. Or
Okay.
whatever was the last meal you had.
We're not all built like Beck, the throat swallower.
Mm-hmm.
crunchy.
No.
Crunchy Cartwright.
I don't. What the fuck does Argo even do in a fight like this? Let's see.
You got 2 people on him. Please don't use
I know.
dynamite.
I don't think this is a good place to use dynamite.
I mean, if you need something to bypass a mountain of toughness, that'll do it.
How big is the door compared to the monster?
He's a little bit away from it now. It almost looks like it's too small for him to fit through, now that you're looking at it.
Argo's going to step through the door and taunt him.
All right.
Let's see if this comes out good or not. Let's see. Oop. And the free reroll is worse. How's a 6 sounding?
Tell me, just how are you taunting him?
Just completely flub. He's like, well, you talk to your mother with that mouth?
I ate my mother with that mouth, thank you very much.
Well, I can tell.
Which one?
And I think he actually has a feature for this.
Uh-oh.
When you said which one, I thought you meant two moms, and I was like, oh.
Aw, he ate all of his moms.
We're so inclusive.
They were gay before they died.
He has the retort
Oh my
edge.
God.
No!
When
That's
he has
my
a
edge.
when he has a raise when in resisting a taunt, Argo, you become distracted.
Now does he throw up?
Yeah, I think Argo goes a little bit. A little bit of, as a treat.
Got a little bit. He flew up.
All right. Chance, it looks like they're squandering this opportunity you bought them.
Oh no. I don't know what to do with this guy. Lynn punched him and it didn't do anything.
It might not be a foe you can take down on your own. At least not with lots and lots of dynamite.
So right now we have Beck and Lynn kind of in combat mode. Conrad is trying to solve the problem, but maybe he's reasonable. Argo's just gave the worst taunt of all time and then puked on himself.
The hero.
I just wanted to set the scene here of like the actual chaos that's happening as this gigantic bird is just happily, calmly sitting down, completely unfazed by everything that we're doing. And it's Chance's turn.
It's the like returning with pizza gif from Community.
Mm-hmm. Everything's on fire.
I mean, I don't think the same trick is going to work again. So a hold and wait for next round's not going to be the answer. So Chance still standing there with his Uno reverse card in hand, seeing all of this happen and this bird not even flinching at a punch. It's like, maybe magic is the answer? And he throws the card, now charged with a little magical energy, at the bird and attempts to cast Bolt.
Ooh. All right.
I'm gonna Benny that.
That'll be a hit.
Perfect.
All right. That is enough to make him shaken.
I'm shaking.
Throwing that exploding card and setting it off right in his face, he is sent reeling, toppling over and out of his chair and narrowly avoiding landing on top of Argo. But you managed to knock him on his ass. The first real measure that you've done anything to affect him during the course of this encounter. Nicodemus.
Did you just say that he was prone?
He is.
My thought is, I almost wonder if he's going to get easier to harm if we get rid of more of the food. But I don't know if that's
possible.
But I can't use another one of my actions not seeing how effective my attack is.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I'm going to have to use Smite with my shotgun.
Ooh, excellent.
Let's see. So that's that's a faith. Is that
Faith
a shooting roll first or a faith?
That'd be
roll?
a faith roll to smite on your gun, and then a shooting roll to smite with it. All right, that will be a success. And that takes you down to 13 power points. That'll be a hit.
Okay.
It'll have your regular damage plus 2 from the smite.
Did we put in the damage for the shotgun, or do we need to custom roll it again?
You will need to custom roll that.
Is it 44 or?
Let
is
me
it
double
again?
check. Let's see, page 46, shotguns. Shotguns deal 3d6 at short range.
Can I Benny that?
Yeah, and that should be 3d6, not 2d6. Wait, roll d4s.
You just straight up did not roll the right thing.
Oh yeah, you rolled
Oh.
small improvised weapon.
Sorry. Ugh. Sorry. Slash R 3. My apologies. 3.
Don't worry about it.
6 plus 2. Right.
Yep.
Wait, hold up.
Someone
There's
else
a-
hit small improvised weapon.
Well,
after
above
you
that, is a roll for 3d6 plus 2.
hit. Yeah. So that's actually correct. That 3d6 plus 2 up there.
You
Alrighty.
got a 10.
Yep, it got a 10. And that is enough that it actually gets through his toughness now that he is shaken and deals a wound to him.
How wounded is he now, visually?
Visually, you can see the strange black ichor that seems to fuel these other side critters, seeping from him from the buckshot that was just fired into his chest.
You know what I'm gonna ask?
Is it
Does it-
tasty?
Does any of it touch Beck's shadow?
You know what? I think a few droplets of it do. They drip, drip, drip
Ooh.
down onto Beck's hungry shadow. And you feel it empowered by this embrace.
Very good. Thank you for answering my question.
All right. That takes us on to round 3. This is our first combat that's made it to round 3. Congrats,
Hey.
us.
Are you kidding? Are you fucking kidding me?
Marty, why? Why are you like this?
No.
What the
Listen.
fuck?
Like, of course it's fucking chance against it too. Like,
What
Yeah,
the
what are
fuck?
the odds?
This
What are
this
the
is the power of character thematics. What this is.
You go.
He
all
might
in on
actually be
gambling,
cheating, we don't
and
know.
It just works.
This is the power of literature.
You have to give
at
yourself
play.
bennies, by the way.
Yeah, it's broken and given them to me instead.
The
We'll have to
themes
fix that
know
in time for
all.
next week.
My hero.
I'm
Oh my
reporting
goodness.
Marty
I'm
to
gonna
Boundary,
go
I
ahead
guess.
and wait a few.
All right. Then that means up first is Argo. This tremendous bleeding man nearly fell upon you.
That sounds hard. I went outside.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So from outside, what you gonna do?
Is there obvious poison nearby?
Let's see. What's nearby? I think Petticoat's nearby.
I'm looking at it. Is petticoat poison?
I don't know. Have you tried it?
That's a great point, I guess.
Bees have poison, right?
Oh, petticoat the
Bees have
horse,
poison.
right? Yeah, not the. It's not the. That's not the name of the. of the rat. Do I?
No.
I noticed like. Freaking counter cleaner or something out here in the service car.
I'm just imagining a sound that is a horse whinny, but also bees.
Yeah.
Is there
It's a whole
cowboy
orchestra.
Clorox?
Give
I
me
feel
a
like I
notice
just-
check.
I did.
I feel like I just experienced like the Bloodborne you gained insight like moment when you just said horse whinny but bees. I have fully seen into the cosmic reality that overlaps our own, and I don't want to be here anymore.
If you have
You wanna
any,
be here?
Welcome to the other
if you have
side.
any audio engineers in the audience, we appreciate sound fan art too.
What the fuck does that
Amazing.
even mean?
Opens up Ableton.
Hell yeah.
Okay, so let's see. That's a very good notice check. I'm gonna say you're pouring through a bunch of cabinets in what looks like a cleaning section of the car, and you do find lye.
I'm just gonna start chucking shit in his mouth like I'm making meth.
All right.
Just
Well, you gave
anything
him
that
soap,
seems like
and
it'll
then you
do
gave him
something.
the thing that makes soap.
Keith has just been gagging this entire time.
Yeah. It's the mood.
Every 5 minutes.
Well, I'm playing
Does there, need
against
to
type.
be, does there need to be any roll for that, or is Keith just getting that?
Give me an athletics roll for chucking that lie into his mouth.
That's not good.
This is heavily alkaline.
Oh, thank
Don't
God. it's-
touch it with your
that's
bare
agility,
hands.
not strength. Okay.
Well,
Unfortunately, that's gonna be a miss. You managed to clean
yeah.
some of the mess off of him.
That's not any better.
No, that's worse. In fact.
What is my -2 right now? Oh, I'm distracted. Okay.
Yep. Fitting.
There's things happening.
All right. And distracted ends at the end of your turn, so you're no longer distracted. Now it's Beck's turn. Beck, you sense weakness. You sense mortality.
yeah, Beck sure does. Oh man. If hold on, sorry. I hate this fatigue. I wish I like, so here's my gamble, right? I roll fighting. I try to get a wound off my strength, which is gonna be hard, I'm sure, because his toughness is so high. And then I roll again and save my Benny to get Soul Drinker so that I can not be fatigued anymore. That would be like the cool thing to do if I was good at tabletop games. But unfortunately, the dice hate me and I'm rolling like garbage tonight. So I think Beck is going to
Well, you had a tasty rat concierge to drink.
Don't even shut up. don't make me regret my past actions. I hate reaping what I sow. Let's see.
Me when I find out.
Yeah, I think Beck is gonna shoot. Do I get any advantage for being actually point blank? Is that like a mechanic I'm asking?
Nope.
Okay. All right, great. I love that for me. All right, well,
That's a good roll, though. That'll hit.
yeah. All right, so Beck like pulls out his gun and like literally puts it inside the thing's mouth. And he's just like, "Oh, if you're so hungry, we'll let you eat." Oh, baby, let's go. Well,
Yeah, hell yeah.
that was okay.
That is enough to deal a wound.
Good. How close to dead does this thing seem to Beck?
You have just blown out a hole through his throat. Were this a mortal, he would be dead already. But as he is a creature of the other side, you think he might last a little bit longer than a mortal man might.
Wow, drinking lye is really, really bad.
I think
Yes.
yeah, it's very not good for you.
Read the
my
smoke room
God.
for more.
Oh no!
Oh no!
No spoilers. We haven't read it yet.
My
That's
only touch
content.
point was Fight Club.
Hell yeah.
You know, and as Beck is doing that, he says, "God damn it, you tell me what you're planning. You tell me where Edward Kettle went."
He gurgles and gargles on your gun, unable to formulate a proper response.
It's hard to talk with a gun barrel in your mouth.
It really is. Have you tried it? Don't.
There you go. That's another Fight Club reference. That was 2 in 1 minute.
We did it. Where Chuck Pahulik stands here.
We've tried similar things.
Lynn!
Oh. Can I like hold my action here?
You sure can.
I'm gonna hold my action.
All
like raised fist.
All
Very
right.
menacing.
And while your action is held, you can try and interrupt somebody with an athletics check or just go after them.
Are you trying to intimidate him with your held up fist?
It's-
Wait, so what did you just do? Sorry, run that back to me.
What did Beck just do?
Yes.
Beck made him fillet a gun and then pulled the trigger.
Say fillet.
He's not looking good.
I mean, maybe I'll just do another punch while he's on the ground.
Okay, you can do that.
Might do a punch.
Yes, baby, let's go.
Oh, damn.
All right.
Okay. And that is a raise, so you're going to get a 2 on that. And that's actually enough to give him his 3rd wound.
You didn't laugh at my joke.
He sure didn't.
Is he still going?
He's still going despite having 3 wounds on him. That is quite the tough hombre.
Chance is going to go ahead and take his turn then.
All right.
I'm going to walk on up to this guy, drawing my gun, and look down at him and say, you should play dice with me. And the runes on my Winchester, my sawed-off Winchester, start glowing bright yellow.
Ooh.
As I cast a ghost bullet on this shot.
Ooh.
You're gonna shoot this man's spirit to death.
The spirit gun.
Is that a raise by chance?
That is a raise, and it was rolled by chance. So yes.
Ooh.
Okay,
Fucking
so the-
unbelievable luck. He made a deal with Madaska and stole all of our luck.
It sure that seems like the case. Oh god,
So
that's
the ghost
13
bullet
damage.
has armor piercing 6.
And armor piercing is exactly what you want against this motherfucker with his massive pool of toughness. And where are you shooting him with this?
Just right in the face.
Oh,
Above where the other hole is.
he ain't gonna have a face left after that. And as you put him down, his head exploded.
All of them?
The Lord of Hunger is no more.
Are we dropped out of combat?
We are dropped out of combat.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Can't eat
Scanners,
without a mouth.
GIF.
Yep.
That was
Hey.
not good.
Oh,
I made the
man,
horse
my
whinny
audio
sound.
just broke. Give me a second.
Oh, good job.
It's in planning. And it's cursed.
No.
I have to listen to this now. Oh!
I was gonna upload that to Foundry.
No.
Sorry, I just
gonna-
missed the last. I missed the last like 10 seconds of audio. Had a driver failure.
I'm not
We're
hearing
gonna
it.
hear that again.
It's in Discord. We'll I'll add it to Foundry and make everyone upset. Anyway.
No.
Fuck. I want a Benny really bad on this, but I don't know if it's gonna work. Ugh. Let's Benny this.
What are you
No,
betting?
fucking worthless. I am rolling so poorly.
Beck is so sleepy. He's a
I don't think any
sleepy
of-
boy.
I don't think any of my bennies have fixed anything today either.
Yeah, I think Beck standing there is like, he's like hovering over this creature, and he's panting. He's and then he just like slumps over against the wall, and he's like holding his gun up against his forehead, and he goes, "Oh, god damn it. Fuck." He tried to call Erebus, but obviously he hasn't even been able to focus at all to get any of this coming. He just lost this lead. This creature is dead. He only has one possible hope of getting information out of this situation. It requires Erebus, and he doesn't think he can do it. So he's just collapsed there. And I think the it is clear to everyone that a lot of the, I want to say like the presence of him being this like great monster, this extremely dangerous person, is now slightly hampered, and like it's like the volume has been turned down, and everyone who sees him just sees like a tired, middle-aged like man, just truly grasping at straws, kind of hunched over now, just absolutely knackered, for lack of a better word. He has so little holding him up at this point that he looks like he could pretty much collapse at any moment. It's like he ran a marathon.
Can I roll a cult to see what could empower Erebus or assist Erebus?
Sure.
Can we eat this food now?
Is the food still there?
The food's still there.
It's just
Thankfully, that was not a load-bearing boss that banishes all the food from the cart.
there's like 3 or 4 things that were scattered around the room that might be in it now.
Yeah, there's some soap in it. All right. You get the impression that killing all these lights and casting this room in darkness would help bring about Erebus.
Start snuffing out the lights.
It's blowing out the candles.
What are you doing, Nico?
I'll start snuffing out a couple that are in reach as well. I always trust whenever someone looks like they have a plan.
I'm making it dark. We need the cat.
He's right there.
I think Beck. I think when Nicodemus.
Beck's
says
cat.
that- I think when Nicodemus says that, he says, I lost myself for a bit there.
Is Chance afraid of the dark?
It's gonna be soon.
I ain't no scaredy cat.
All right. Once it becomes dark, do I need to roll for Erebus to manifest, or will he manifest? I have something I want to do, but I think I have to talk to Erebus about it first, which is I don't want to roll until he's here if I don't have to.
Give me a focus.
He had.
Can I also roll while this is going on? Can I also roll a notice for any
Finally.
hints of something that would allude to a spiral?
Sure.
How did he have a night version of the scene?
I think it's just a light that was on the scene, right?
Oh
Is
yeah, I
it?
just popped out a
Okay.
negative light just now.
I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, like
Foundry
a
just
curtain's
lets you do
closed.
that.
If this is a movie, we would have just switched to like an obvious night at day filter.
Day for night. Everything's so blue. All right, Nicodemus. With that notice check, you scour this place, and as you head up towards the front car, where you still hear the pained moans of the boy Howdy, as it goes. And those of you who heard it before, you realize it's no longer making that weird striation because it's no longer bouncing up and down on the rails as it says howdy. It's just saying howdy. As you get up to that front car, you find what looks like a map of sorts, but not one with cardinal directions and a compass rose like you might be used to, but instead directions that a train of thought might follow. It looks like this train was headed from hunger, through despair, across fear, and into decay.
I think right now, you said that this car is directly connected to that front car, right?
There's a couple cars in between, so Nicodemus is a bit a ways now.
Oh, okay. I think Beck I just rolled focus. I got a 4. Is that enough to summon Erebus?
That is the exact number you needed, sir.
Thank God. All right, so I think Beck is like truly kind of at his end and kind of does the last thing that he can really do. He kind of stands up and pulls his hand into the shadow, and as he's kind of pulling it out, suddenly the cat, the tiger, begins to walk out with him, his hand inside the cat's jaw, like the cat has bitten him and he's pulling it out of the darkness. And finally, when Erebus is here, I think Beck kind of collapses back on the ground and just says, I killed your usurper. I don't ask for much, but I need answers. Eat him and use his form to tell me what he knows.
So Erebus started eating him before you even finished that sentence. He was just on it. He was gunning for it. This creature that usurped his power, that used it and called itself the Lord of Hunger, knowing not where it drew this power from, the indignity. Erebus is all too happy to dispose of this filth. And as he does, you see the shadow of this Lord Crassus, this false Lord of Hunger, this pretender, rise and bow before you, ready to answer your questions.
Who is around right now? Does anyone have a reaction to this? He has not shown this power off before.
Which one?
The fact that he can puppet people's shadows, speak through their memories.
It's like Speak with Dead from D&D.
Yep.
I already took a step back as soon as Erebus came out.
Yeah, pretty much the same.
Spooky shadow cat.
I mean, yeah, Conrad's watching everything Beck does when he can, so.
Just more shadow shit, huh? Okay.
When the fuck did everyone start glowing?
I think Beck kind of hobbles to stand up, kind of holding himself up on the table, sits down, puts his gun down, looks at the shadow, just says, what is your relation to the red-eyed vulture?
The shadow ponders over this question before answering. I am brother to Barbatus. He is a red-eyed vulture, but I do not think he is the one you speak of.
Brother. I think he, like a look of knowing passes over his face, and he goes, your pieces of him, then, spokes on the wheel that turns.
He certainly seems to think so.
Fuck. I thought that was Barbados.
Do you all have anything you want to ask this creature?
Or might we find a spiral?
What?
You can find the spiral of filth, by following these tracks. And thinking back, you realize there were no tracks outside. Whatever tracks were suspended in the air were demolished by Conrad's dynamite.
I don't like
way to
the phrase spiral of filth.
Is there a way to restore the tracks?
I mean, I would assume, but I mean, it depends on the situation, but I would assume that we could find where they continue on further down, right?
Oh, I'm asking the bird.
Oh.
Do I look like an engineer to you? I am a lord. I do not dirty my hands with such trivial matters. Ask my concierge, whoever he is.
You are a ghost, and you will
A what?
answer our questions, Shade.
He starts looking himself over.
I think it's time we end this.
Wait, no,
Your
no,
last
no.
rites. Go into darkness. If you truly are of the Lord of Hunger as you claimed, then let hunger claim you in your last moments.
You see him being pulled down into the mass of his shadow, down into the maw of Erebus as it manifests beneath him. He struggles in vain against this and claws upward, clutching out as he desperately cries, "Did you get to see the Last Supper?" And then he's gone.
Supper was on that poster outside the town.
Barbados is planning something. I think Beck is pretty dejected. He just learned a lot, but he did not get the answer he was looking for, and it has cracked him. His spirit is pretty broken.
What is he looking for?
Beck is looking for a man named Edward Kettle. It is the person that he has sworn his revenge against for the past 15 years. Or however many years it has actually been since the fire at Pitch Quarry. But to learn that Barbados is yet another step on this journey, he has fought his way to this point. He has taken out as many as his previous gang members, his previous partners, as he could, as he fought his way up this ladder. And so close to the end, he finally catches up with one of these people that he was looking for, Billy, in town. Conrad killed her. So Barbados was his next lead. They get on the train. The train has nothing. The train has this Lord of Hunger, this usurper who is stealing his power. They kill the usurper. And all he learns from this is that Barbados may not even be the end of the journey. He may just be yet another manifestation, yet another piece of this revenge that has been infinitely fractalized and shattered and turned into smaller and smaller, less satisfying pieces. And I think at this point, Beck is just cold.
Does he vocalize any of this to us? Or do we just see him like pout?
I think, I mean, he had the conversation just now where he realized this, but I think Beck he just looks tired. And he says, I think it's time I tell you all a story. The story of how I became this way.
Can we eat first? Is this food still on the table?
This food is still on the table. And as you mentioned eating,
Literally.
someone else wanders in.
More
Just imagine him
toes.
with a bloated belly.
Yes, bloated belly gurgle wanders in. He looks over the remains of where this Lord of Hunger stood. And it looks like after Erebus has consumed the corpse of this tremendous birdman, all that was left behind was a small iron ball. And Gurgle picks it up and puts it in his mouth.
Spit it out. Gonna like grab his mouth like a dog that's chewing on something.
To help you. I don't like this. I don't like this at all. I'm gonna help you. I'll pull on your back. Get it out.
Drop it.
Get it out.
Drop it. Drop.
And he ends up spitting out the iron ball and it clatters to the ground.
Dear God, a cult roll on that fucking ball.
All right.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh.
I told you this thing is fucking with us. God damn it.
That could have tasted good, Gurgle.
That's not toes.
Those weren't toes.
Ben,
No.
Wait, can I can I like yell at him and tell him why he like to get him to spill why he did that?
Yeah.
I'm gonna roll intimidation for that.
Yeah, I like that.
Oh my god, Nico.
We're rolling so poorly today.
The most
my last
cursed
fucking Benny.
dice.
Last fucking Benny. Here's my last roll.
I mean, I got it.
Let's see if I get
I got it.
anything.
Let's see what Nicodemus gets first.
Thank you.
There we go.
God.
Thank you.
It looks just like a regular iron ball at first, but as you look closer, you see countless tiny engravings upon it, swirling
Hell
together.
no. Hell no.
Bad.
It doesn't look good. It looks like a strange artifact of power of some sort.
We have such sights to show you as it turns into the lament configuration in the Cenobites.
No.
And as Lynn is questioning the terrified Gurgle,
And the head comes out and toes are instead of nails in his head.
the little goblin whines and looks to Conrad for help.
Everlasting
He ain't gonna help you
toe
this
stopper.
time.
You're spoiling this thing.
Speak.
Something important. What?
It's not toes. You only get toes.
I didn't mean to roll that. I literally just was clicking back into the window.
He looks at the banquet before him and is unfortunately unable to find any toes.
What if the
Is he
rock
like
is just
full right now?
There's always room for toes, man.
Look, you just had toes.
Or
No.
what if it was the toe stone and he evolved?
I think Beck looks down at it. Does Beck recognize this?
I'll wipe it off first.
Give me an occult check for Beck.
Okay. Again, just not good. There's nothing here. Nothing
This
going on.
doesn't look
Too sleepy.
familiar to you. Some of the carvings sort of look like the iron wheel, but
Mm-hmm.
it could just be a frequent motif of whatever runic language is used in the other side.
Beck
It may
just
not be
picks-
directly related.
So,
How you science in this?
I'm trying to understand if it has any interesting properties. Like, does it have weird magnetism? Is there any sort of like something weird about its nature that would stand out to me without even understanding its purpose necessarily?
As far as you can tell, it's made of lead.
Don't eat that.
Delicious. My favorite flavor.
Yeah, ain't nothing wrong with consuming lead. It's 1904.
How do you think Gurgle got this way?
It'll balance your humors in the grave.
I think Beck just reaches down and
No, hold on to this one.
you are?
It
For
looks like
safekeeping.
hanging on
okay.
to it.
Gotcha. I thought it was just on the floor. Then Beck doesn't do that. He doesn't fuck
Oh
around
no,
with it.
I fully pulled this out of Grieve's mouth.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay. I thought he just dropped it, so I was like, he'll pick it up, whatever. If it's not on the floor, then Beck doesn't reach down for it.
Okay.
Gurgle hungry. Wanna go home.
We'll get more toes for you, buddy.
What was wrong with the toes you just ate?
Beck still has the toes.
Yeah. That's Conrad was thinking about that. Like
The
yeah.
paw.
Yeah.
Did
the
we-
paw.
Yeah. If he gets too needy, we can satiate him when need be.
Yeah.
Also, like, we didn't establish where home was.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Where-
sure
where-
haven't.
Where is home, little guy?
Goblin Town.
Of course.
Goblin Town.
Is it a town?
Is that in the land called Despair, or is that somewhere else?
In decay. Around
No.
circle.
That
Spire.
sounds so much worse.
Spiral.
Sure.
Did you?
Is it a wheel?
Yes. Wheel.
Where-
Spiral.
Wait.
Filth.
What's insight in this game?
What's
Notice.
insight? Oh,
What's
yeah,
in-
notice.
Like
Yeah, I'm gonna roll a
teleflying?
notice
or-
too.
I hate this thing.
Who would make more of these?
I'm gonna roll notice as well.
All right. What are you trying to notice about him?
If he's fucking lying,
You think he's telling the truth. It seems like he just wants to go home, and he's telling you where he is, where he comes from.
we didn't offer any of the information about Spiral or any of that beforehand, right?
Not while he was in the room.
No.
Okay.
Hey, Gurgle. You've been a great help. Thank you so much for everything you've done so far. Did you want to go home? You're free to go home if you want. Here, we'll give you an extra toe.
Wait. Wait, Conrad.
No.
Conrad.
Yeah.
If he's in if his home is in despair, I checked.
Decay,
the map.
right?
Okay.
Decay. Yeah. I checked the map. The front of this train, and if we can get this train back on its tracks, it'll take us there.
Yeah. If we can get it back on the tracks, or just follow the tracks, whatever we got to do.
Goblins are good at engineering, probably.
This thing just tried to eat a lead pellet.
I think
Tell me
Beck-
this thing knows how to work a train.
Beck shakes his head and says, "It's a train of thought. It doesn't matter where the tracks go, just redirect it. It'll get on its way."
How do you do that?
And he looks to Gurgle and just says, "You ever wanted to play conductor?"
Oh, Jesus fuck.
Looked like he is about to boil over in excitement, and he just says,
You cut out.
"Choo choo."
No!
Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Get him a hat.
Oh, I hate this. I hate this because it makes perfect sense, but it sucks. Oh god. Oh god. Lord.
All right.
Fuck.
So I think we're gonna get Gurgle on up to the front of the boy howdy. And get him in charge.
Oh my god.
We need Gurgle with a little conductor hat on.
Oh my gosh, yes. Are you gonna try and get your horse aboard?
I guess should roll to repair the tracks or something, or is that?
Oh, I actually have something to help with that.
Variety
Yeah,
of
give me a
horses.
repair roll.
Can I roll an assisting repair roll?
Sure.
Doesn't it say that you don't even need to repair the tracks because it'll do it on its own? I was confused about that bit.
Yeah, I think. Well, what Beck was supposing, and I don't know
Is
if
it
this
that-
is true. This was just his train of thought. Was the idea that maybe the tracks aren't as set as they seem.
Right.
That simply
Yeah.
having a strong will and chasing a hyperfixation will simply manifest the tracks where they need to go and where they need to be.
That makes sense to
Yeah,
me.
so the repair
Yeah.
is more just getting the train on the tracks, but they're gonna steer wherever Gurgle thinks about, basically.
Yeah.
Whatever
once you
emotions
get-
it navigates.
Once you get around to the front, you realize the boy Howdy himself needs a little bit of work done. He's got a black eye. He's real sad.
Is the hat how Gurgle gets the trait attractive?
It's a very attractive hat. Very becoming.
I still can't get the cursed image of like handsome Squidward Gurgle.
I love a goblin in uniform.
It's just like this is him in 480p, and then we see the 1080p version, and it's like the
I
Chad
need 8K
meme.
gurgle.
I love a man in uniform, man of few words. The words are toes and please.
I'm sure we can find a little set of overalls in here too.
Oh my gosh, yes. All right. So
Give
it
him a
looks
French
like
maid outfit.
How do you
Oh,
fix
no.
how do you fix a face like this? Are we like just banging hammers on the boy
Ting
his
tong.
face?
All right. So it seems that repair job's coming along nicely. Do we want to load up Petticoat onto the train?
I need to get out of here for a little while. I've had enough.
Oh, we got it.
Oh,
Noises.
No, I don't like that.
Listen, if you put up with if I put up with the goblin, you can put up. Also, who has that iron ball? That would be Lynn.
I'm holding on to it.
Lynn has it.
Right.
Put it in the bag.
Might want to check that ever so often. and keep
No, I wiped
away
it
from
off. It ain't got no spit on it. It's good.
So we're going from hunger to decay.
We got a few more stops along the way, I think. But if
What was
nothing
the
pulls
order?
us off the tracks, then maybe.
That sounds so much worse.
What is your question, George?
And what was the order? Because I think despair was one of the first ones, and then decay is the last one. But there was another one, right? Or there are
It
two more.
came
Fear was
from
there.
Hunger. Yeah.
Hunger was
Hunger,
there.
despair, fear, and
Despair,
decay.
fear, decay.
Gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
Yep. The three most important. All right. Well, if that is what our plan is, let's give us a round of spirit rolls to focus on getting the train to its destination. Or, if you're so inclined, a focus roll instead, which I believe only Beck has.
I am rolling dog shit, so it's not gonna be good if I roll focus.
I think your focus is higher than your spirit, though, at least.
It's not. My spirit's higher.
Argo rolled really well.
I mean,
will
Beck
spirit
is
so
just-
fucking hard.
Sitting in the dining car at this point, just like while Erebus eats the rest of this corpse, just, like literally just sitting there. in
Did I
the
roll
dark.
persuasion again? What the? God damn it.
I rolled a 5 with my Benny.
Okay, that was much better. Hell yeah.
Oh, hello.
I rolled a 19.
Argo did really well.
Good.
You believed in the power of friendship hard enough to get this track back on.
I believe with Conrad and Argo putting all their spirit into this role,
The 6 as well.
you feel the train start to lurch forward, new tracks being laid beneath it, drifting up into the sky to send you on your way into decay.
I believe in not crashing.
That's a good thing to believe in. Let's see if you're right.
Beck is just sitting in the dining car again in the dark, just waiting for anyone to return at this point.
Are we having dinner while we're waiting? While the train's headed where it's going?
Does this count as a rest?
Yeah, we'll count this as a rest. This is very restful. You ain't walking.
I'm gonna grab the mountain of potatoes and just
No.
get some.
Just get some.
Did we manifest some food based on what we would have been hungry for? Is that what was happening earlier?
Yes, when you first sat down, that's what was happening. That is no longer happening now that the Lord of Hunger has dispersed. Oh. But anything you already thought of would be on the table.
Oh,
yeah. There's a plate of hardtack in front of me.
Oh, delicious!
No,
Wow.
I'm not sharing.
Beck already ate a bunch technically, so
Conrad, the Archon loaf connoisseur.
Doesn't do well for him, unfortunately.
Yeah, what does a plate full of revenge look like?
Exactly.
Conrad's been living on tasteless military rations for so long that he just forgot the pleasure of eating food for a moment, that he just imagined more rations. Oh, that'd be sufficient nutrition, I guess.
All right. Now, are we gonna have a little bit of story time from Beck to cap us off for the night?
I think so. So
I think we need a different song.
Beck.
Yeah, I think so.
I will say I think that the plate of revenge would be spaghetti alla assassina.
Mm-hmm.
Assassin spaghetti.
Cold.
So I think
I'll explain the joke later.
Beck is just sitting there still. He's the sad downer kid at the table while everyone else is eating. And I don't want to say that the spirits are lively, but we took down an enemy. We've had our rest. We're eating. Beck is just kind of glowering and waiting for people to listen. And I think finally, once, the forks and the knives begin to slow down and the bites begin to become a little bit more slow, he says, I was born the son of a native woman and a Civil War deserter. My ma, she died when I was young, and for a long time, my pa and I, we walked. The frontier was my home. We shied away from the law, kept our heads down. But my father was a strict man. He wasn't cruel, but he wasn't kind either. When I was 12, I hopped a train, carried me around the West for some time. It was there I learned to be the way I am. At first, it was just stealing. It was the thrill of the chase. You understand that? Little things here and there. The vagabonds I met, they seemed so adventurous, so free. That freedom that was stolen from my mother, from her people. I wanted that back. You see? That's all it was. I didn't want to run like my father did. I didn't want to hide. I just wanted to be. A few years later, there was a town called Quies. It was a little experiment. Indigenous population integrated with the civilian militia, Americans. Things were tense there when I showed up. When I saw one of them hurting a woman, making her kid watch, I thought, this ain't right. And so I corrected that wrong. I went to every building in that settlement, and I killed every single soldier. And when I was done, those people I saved, they told me to leave. They said I just made it worse for them. And that's when I realized this isn't a world for the free. It's a world for those who take. And the whole world's just taken. And so I took. And they vilified me for tooken. They named me an outlaw. And I was chased. Until, at one point, one of those people that chased me, a man named Edward Kettle, he told me he wanted to recruit me. Said he needed a man who knew what he wanted. And so I joined him. His crew, a carrion crew they called him. Charlatans. Simple scammers, but the operation was elegant. They'd gone around the plains, found communities, people left behind by westward expansion. And they set up communes. They helped these people. I thought they were rubes at first. I thought they just didn't know what we was taking from them till it was too late. And so I followed him. I was his muscle for years. I had a partner, her name was Lassa. A real piece of work. Along the way, he recruited Damascus and Billy. You met her. And he looks at Conrad and says, you killed her good. But I knew her when she was just a little girl. I saw the light in her eyes. She believed in something. Believed in the shit Edward was peddling. Eventually, we settled at a place named Pitch Quarry. It was an old mining operation. Gold had dried up, no silver, no ore. Just clay. But Edward, he was motivated. He said there was something else underneath, something darker. Now, we figured obsidian, maybe. That black glass the natives liked. And so, we built up the commune. We stayed there maybe a year or two. And there I met people. People who had no idea what we were taking from them. But they were happy. They were living their lives. One of them was a homesteader. She lived in a cabin her father built when he went west. He taught her the way. She farmed cabbages. She had this great blonde mane, tan hide. She was so strong. There was a girl there I met, a deer. She'd been abandoned as a child during an attack. She was lost in the woods for a long time. But that commune had found her, had helped her get better. And he looks at Nico and he says, she was like you, White Wolf. She listened to the things the earth said. She told me once we are all part of something greater. I didn't believe it at the time, but now, long after I saw her corpse burning in that fire, I can feel her still, and I know what she was saying was true. I don't know why he did it, but after a sermon one day, he pulled everyone into the drinking hall, the tavern they had all worked to build. And while we were in there, they barred the door and lit it on fire. Most of them died when the roof collapsed, but I made it out. I saw my companions close the gates so the fire could consume that whole quarry. I watched as those people died, thinking they were free, living in a trap. And I followed the red-eyed vulture, Edward Kettle, into that burning church. I don't know what I saw in there, but something opened. And as that roof came down on me, and as my skin burned and my fur shriveled off my bones, I watched as he smiled and walked into that tear. And then it was black and cold, and for a long time I thought I was dead. But then there was Erebus, and he told me to give him a name, and when I did, I was alive again. I don't want to live in a cage anymore. I don't want to be trapped by this hunger that bites at my bones. I just want Kettle to pay, because if he doesn't, he will put the whole world in a cage.
And on that note, as this metal cage, this metal carriage drifts through the other side, we come to a close on this evening's train heist, as the boy Howdy spirits us along to our next destination, bringing us perhaps one step closer to Beck's revenge, perhaps one step closer to Southpaw's salvation, but certainly one step closer to the ever-present dangers that you have faced on every step of this journey. We'll just have to see where that leads us next time